Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So this video is either going to do really good or it's not because I feel like I am the very last person on YouTube to finally put their review up, or first impressions really, on this new Mothership 12 palette, Petalmorphosis. It just took forever. It was stuck in New Jersey since the 25th of March. And yeah, it just showed up at my door this morning. It's finally here. I can finally play with it. Hopefully create a couple of eye looks for you all. Talk about the news we got from Pat McGrath about her helping Louis Vuitton launch their new makeup line, and the indie palette that this Mothership palette resembles quite a bit. There's a few things I want to talk about. Okay, if you want to hear my thoughts on this very expensive Mothership palette, then just go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so Mothership 12 Petalmorphosis palette from Pat McGrath. It retails for $128. You can purchase it on the Sephora website or on the Pat McGrath website. I do know that the Sephora sale is coming, but she has much better sales. It might take 1 or 2 sales before this Mothership palette goes on sale, because usually her newest products aren't included in the fabulous sales that she has. Like, you can get up to 30% off on the Pat McGrath website. If you don't mind waiting, I would say wait until she has a sale and you get a good discount on her products. I purchased mine through the Pat McGrath website. She usually offers a 10% discount code. I forget what it was. And then I think I get free shipping. Well, I get free shipping with Sephora too. But yeah, so I got 10% off, purchased it from Pat McGrath. And also there was a limited edition lavender packaging, which is the one that I purchased. I knew it was coming to Sephora, and I knew it was coming, I think, the day after it launched on the Pat McGrath website, but I decided to go ahead and purchase from Pat McGrath because I wanted the lavender packaging. So I took the risk. Here's what the unicorn looks like. I do collect these. I think I have them for all of my Mothership palettes. Either Mothership 7 or 8 is the only one that is a little damaged and it doesn't close correctly on one of the sides, or both. But all of the other ones are in fabulous condition. I know which palette is which because I keep these. If not, they all look the same and I would have to look in the back to see what palette is what. So yeah, so it comes in the original black colorway for the palette itself, and it also comes in this beautiful lavender packaging. I believe she signed 100 of the lavender palettes. I was not one of the ones that was signed. And then it does have the little postcard that gives you all of the shades. I also don't toss these. Okay, so here is the palette. Does it look like it's an ombre effect? Huh. Do all of them look like that? I don't know, honestly. I'll have to... I don't remember seeing them like from other people have like the ombre effect. The only other special edition cover that I have is for, I think, Divine Rose 2. I do have the pink packaging. And here she is. There she is in all its glory. Now it definitely looks a little bit more visually appealing with the black packaging. The lavender kind of throws off the color story a tiny bit, and I feel it doesn't do it justice. But yeah. Okay, let me prime my eyes, and that way we can get started on this very long awaited video that I am so super late for. All right, eye primer is on. I went into MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, Dolce & Gabbana Skin Tint mixed with the Surratt Dewdrops Foundation, Say Liquid Contour Semi Haze Road Skin Cream Blush in both Toasted Teddy and Date Cake, powdered with the new Charlotte Tilbury blush and powder duo in the pink tone. Used the powder for my under eyes and then the Wayne Gloss Loose powder for the rest of my face. For powder bronzer, I went into the What's Up Beauty Baked Bronzer in shade 30 Tan. I always link exact shades down below. And then for blush, I did go in to the Westman Atelier contour and blush duo. The shade I have is Petal and Biscuit. Used also a tiny bit of the powder contour, and I think that's everything. Okay, so this Mothership palette does not have any of the baked Astro Blitz shades. I'm pretty sure Mothership 11 and Mothership 10 also did not have any of the baked Astro Blitz shades. A lot of people miss that formula, including myself. I actually prefer that formula versus the new ones we've been getting. Just personal preference. And I also feel that the newer ones, some of them just feel like straight up glitter. So yeah, I can definitely mention a tiny bit more of that once I give my thoughts after the eye looks. And I've heard different things. I heard that where she was having these formulas done, a new law was passed, and therefore she can no longer make that baked formula. And then I also heard somebody posted, I think on Instagram stories or somewhere, I honestly do not recall, that the customers from Sephora were complaining that they were too flaky and they would get a lot of fallout. I will say the baked Astro Blitz shades do give you fallout, some more than others, but yes, even with using glitter glue, I do get fallout. And so Sephora asked Pat McGrath to change the formula because of that, and I guess Sephora is one of the places where she gets the most sales. So which one is true? I don't know. Me personally, I miss that formula. So we only have 3 mattes in this palette. One is a little bit more, I guess you could say, warm tone, and one is a little bit more mauve, and then this dark forest green one. I think we'll start with that green one, Nocturnal Bloom. This is a Crease Pro from Sonia G, and I'm gonna tap it on the outer corner. Oh, let me scoot you in. I enjoy Pat McGrath mattes. There are some people who do not. I personally do. I do feel the formula has changed a tiny bit from when I first started reviewing Pat McGrath, but I still personally do enjoy her mattes. Okay, there's what that beautiful green is looking like. Now I'm gonna jump into this pretty mauve tone. I wanna say maybe it has a hint of like a slight lilac purple shade, and it is called Twilight Lilac. This is a Sigma and Brianna Fox 1, and I am going to use this on the edges, and I'm tapping first because green and purple don't blend super well and they can definitely get muddy, so I'm tapping first. Maybe I should have done the purple before the green, but it's fine. If you just tap, you should be good. And very small amounts at a time. Okay, and that's it for the 2 mattes that I'm going to use. I'm going to try something different today. I have been having horrible creasing problems with my inner portion of the lid with both mattes and shimmers, honestly. And no matter how much glitter glue I use, how much I don't use, maybe it's just the NYX, I don't know. Or maybe this one's expired and I need to start using my newer one, but nothing seems to work. I think I'm just going to keep the shimmers in the inner corner, even though I've really been enjoying a matte inner corner. But I think I'll do one down here in the front portion of the lower lid, and in the inner corner just going a tiny bit at the top and kind of feathered, and blend it out. Let me spray the back of my hand, pick up this small little pencil brush, because I am going to dip this into the shimmer so that the brush is wet and I don't get a ton of fallout. So I think for the lower lash, let's keep it in the green family. So we're gonna use this pretty, almost emerald green, Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. Okay, and I'm gonna tap first. Like that. Okay, that looks beautiful. Wipe my brush and then just almost blend the edges. Okay, now I'm gonna spray again, but this time I'm gonna use this E5 from Winkles. It's another small little pencil brush. And I'm gonna jump into this pretty lilac purple shade. Astral Iridescent Iris. And that's what's going to go in the inner corner. And I'm just kind of flicking it up a tiny bit. Kind of like that. I might add a tiny bit more, but this is pretty much the eye look right here. So I'll start the second eye look, and then once I'm done, add mascara and all that good stuff, and we can see both eye looks finished. Okay, now we're gonna start with this eye, and I'm gonna use this matte. This one, I don't know if you could see, it does have a tiny bit of sparkles. It is a matte, but once you blend, the sparkles kind of go away. Lunar Nectar. Why does that name sound familiar? I think she named a blush that, or a highlighter. Okay, this is an It Brushes for Ulta, the number 105. I'm gonna use this as a transition shade, and it looks pretty pink. I thought maybe it was going to be a tiny bit more, maybe on the peachy side, but I feel it's, well, I guess we'll see. I feel initially it looked pink. Okay, there is that shade. You tell me, does it look pink or does it look peach? Because I feel it looks more pink than peach. Okay, now I'm gonna jump into this pretty tone right here, which looks like it's going to be a metallic shade. The green, the deep forest green matte one, is the only technically dark tone you have to deepen up the outer corner. But I feel like if you use it for every eye look, then every eye look is going to look the same. So I'm gonna use this metallic tone, which is called Cosmic Fantasies, like a matte, like a satin matte, which I have done plenty of time before with her palettes. This is a Wayne Goss number 8 brush. Just be careful with fallout, but you can definitely use it kind of like you would a matte. Or you can just pull out one of her other Mothership palettes if you do own them and use a darker tone. But we won't be doing that today. We're just gonna use this metallic. See, it's doing a good job. Some people just don't enjoy a little bit of sheen in the crease. I don't mind. Okay, so I'm gonna toss that NYX glitter glue. I do have a new one here. Opened it up, and I'm gonna test that theory and see if it's just expired and maybe that's why it's not working as well. Okay, now we're gonna jump into a shimmer, and let's go for this one here. It looks pretty and maybe peachy. Astral Sunset Splendor. Okay, so this one feels dry and like it might be a tiny bit more of a topper because the base is pretty translucent, which is fine. I don't mind, honestly. If there's creasing, it'll make it look less visible. It's a beautiful peachy tone. Definitely not like her Astral baked shades. All right, now I'm gonna wet this B3 brush from Bunny. It's no longer available, but just any little pencil brush. And I'm gonna dip into the lightest, I guess, shimmer, but it's that traditional metallic Divine Dawn, and that will be, she includes this shade pretty much in every Mothership palette, just an inner corner shade that you can use. Pretty poppy, pretty icy. Okay, so let me do my eyebrows, add mascara, a lip, and I can show you both eye looks finished. Okay, so here are eye looks 1 and 2 done. Let me tell you what else I went into for the face. Eyebrows, Gucci Brow Pencil, Maybelline Brow Gel. Highlighter, one of the new Dior ones. pink halo, I think. For lips, I have on Christian Audette lip liner in Smooches. It's the collaboration they did with Miss Mel Thompson. And then I also used one of the new shades from Charlotte's newest launch, Kiss Talk. It's a very pretty pink. Okay, here are the completed eye looks with Mothership number 12, Petalmorphosis. Here's eye look 1. And here is eye look number 2. I kind of like eye look number 1 a tiny bit more. I will not be able to test out to see if the fact that NYX glitter glue is so old, and maybe that's why I've been experiencing creasing issues, at least not with this eye look over here. But I am going to go wash my face, come back, we can do a third and final eye look, and then discuss real quick what indie palette this Mothership resembles, a little bit about Ms. Pat McGrath. I feel putting all of her energy and creativity juices into Louis Vuitton instead of her own brand. But yeah, so let me just go wash my face. I'll be right back. Okay, everything stayed the same. As far as my base goes, I think I know what I want to do. But, so eye look 1, well, actually no, because I do want to test out the glitter primer. So just kidding, let's scratch that. Okay, so I think I'll start with this one, Lunar Nectar, and this is a Sigma and Brianna Fox 1, and I'll use that as my transition shade, lower lash line, and this eye look is going to be on both eyes. Okay, now I'm going to jump into the Forest Green shade, Nocturnal Bloom. This is the Wayne Goss number 8. I'm gonna tap first a little bit on the lower lash line. Okay, NYX glitter glue is on, and I'm gonna jump in to this pretty olive and this gold. And I think those are the only 2 shades I have not used in this palette. Astral Eden Envy is the pretty olive green. All right, now I'm gonna jump in to that one. Blitz Bronze Supernova. That's gonna go in the front. Okay. This is what we're looking like. I definitely feel like I have created a very similar eye look to this with a different Pat McGrath palette. It might have been one of the holiday collection, maybe the red one. The Mothership with MTHR, not MOTHER. All right, I'm gonna spray. This is the Wayne Goss E5. Dipped my brush. Gonna jump into the lightest shimmer, and I did find my all matte palette from Pat McGrath that I thought I lost. That's another beautiful palette to pull out, especially to use the lighter tones as an inner corner when using Pat McGrath. Oh, so pretty. All right, let me finish off the face, come back, we can talk real quick about all my thoughts, and then we'll end this video. All right, my lovelies, let me tell you what else is different as far as the face makeup goes while I insert swatches of the palette. It's either going to be a video or a picture. I don't know. Sometimes I think I pressed record and it didn't. Eyebrows stayed the same. I don't think I told you what mascaras I used for eye looks 1 and 2. I went into the MAC Stack Elevated Mascara and mixed the little mini I got from Westman Atelier. Highlighter stayed the same. I did add a tiny bit of the Pillow Talk Flawless Peach blush from the Duo, and then for eyebrows it's the same. Lips, I did go into MAC Cosmetics lip liner in Cool Spice and added just a tiny bit of the shade Stone right in the middle just to give a little bit more dimension. And then I went in to the matte liquid lip from the Odin's Eye and Morgan Turner Love Language collection. LOML is the name of the shade. And that is it. That's the only thing that changed. Here is a close-up of this third and final eye look. Okay, so when I said that there is an indie brand palette that other people are comparing this to, and was mentioned a lot when we saw what Mothership 12 looked like, was this What's Up Beauty palette, the Dragon palette. Oh, cloud coverage. What's Up Beauty is a brand that I feature quite a bit on my channel. They are the only brand that I actually receive PR from. Yeah. They're so sweet. They always think of me for every launch and ask if I want to try out what's coming. This palette is beautiful. I did review it when I first received it from the brand, and it's a very pretty one. Well, if you put it next to this one, you can definitely see the resemblance. They both have like a bright green and a neon green metallic shimmer in there, a mauvey purple, a pinky salmony matte. The only difference is this one has the dark brown and the dark purple, but I feel like, yeah, very, very, very close. This is $128. This one I believe is $50 or less. I definitely feel like there are people out there who don't like to support mainstream beauty brands, and I totally get it. For me, I love makeup. I enjoy makeup. The brand that it comes from absolutely does not matter to me. If it's an amazing product, it's an amazing product. But if you're somebody who would rather support a smaller brand, this is pretty much close to identical to this one from Pat McGrath. There's a couple of differences, but I would say you can probably get a very super similar eye look, and I'm pretty sure I created an eye look like this with this Dragon palette. The shifts and the shimmers in this one I would say are definitely just a tiny bit more sparkly than the Pat McGrath. So take with that information as you will. Is it totally possible that Pat McGrath, I don't want to accuse the brand of doing something if I don't know for certain that that's what they did. Is it totally possible that they got inspiration from What's Up Beauty? Yes, it totally is. But like I said, I don't want to accuse if I don't know the facts, you know? Wanted to point that out. Okay, another thing I wanted to touch up on was the fact that Ms. Pat McGrath announced that she is going to be the creative director for the new beauty brand that Louis Vuitton is going to launch. I've been shopping Pat McGrath since 2018, so that's 6 years of shopping and reviewing Pat McGrath on this channel. I wasn't there for the beginning, but I do have most of the first. I think I'm only missing one, Mothership II, from all of the Mothership palettes, but those I bought during sales. I can definitely see the difference from the first Mothership to this Mothership for everything. The mattes, the shimmers, like I said, that baked Astral Blitz formula. We haven't seen it in a couple of years and we miss it. We don't know why it was taken away. And I honestly wish that brands were just more transparent when it came to stuff like that. Instead of leaving us questioning why this happened, like why did you take that formula away? If they just came out with a statement and told us exactly why, I would appreciate that. But yeah, it just kind of slowly started not showing up in the Mothership palettes. I still absolutely love the formulations. All of the eye looks that I created today were beautiful. The mattes blended like a dream. I don't think these mattes are the same as Mothership 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I do feel they are different. Packaging also, not just with the Motherships. Like I said, I feel like I do have I think maybe 2, where this gold plate in the back is just it looks like it's a sticker. Yeah, so I feel like slowly it's been deteriorating as far as quality, creativity. And when she announced that she was going to be doing what she's doing for Louis Vuitton, I feel like for someone who's been shopping from the brand for so long, we kind of were like, oh, okay, so that's where you've been for the past 2.5, maybe 3 years, because it's been showing when it comes to your own brand. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going to come of this. I don't even know if she still owns part of the brand. I don't know what's going on. And I feel like I wish they would give us the information. So I would say wait for a sale. Is this a beautiful palette? Yes, it is. Is it super unique, innovative, nothing she's done before? No, I feel like she's definitely given us these tones. Maybe not in a Mothership, but in her other palettes, holiday, whatever special editions that she has given us. I do feel like these mainstream brands are feeling the effect that smaller indie brands are having on their sales, and the only reason I'm making that statement and assumption is because of what Miss Charlotte Tilbury recently did in calling out brands that are duping her products. I think they're feeling it, and I definitely feel there is a shift happening where indie brands are kind of rising and some mainstream brands are coming down and might end up closing shop if they don't step it up a notch. Okay, this video is probably going to be so long, but do not forget to let me know which eye look is your favorite. I'm so late to the game. My palette was stuck in New Jersey for a couple of days. The luck of the draw when you order from Pat McGrath, you either get it super quick or you just don't get it for a really long time. And I took my gamble because I did want the purple case. So yeah. Okay. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big ol' thumbs up. And also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye.